Welcome to this episode of Sunny Silver Linings. On this episode, Sunny's guest is Joe Alapat, founder and CEO of Liongard. Joe is a serial entrepreneur in the information technology services industry. His background includes over 2 decades of experience in managing critical infrastructure as the owner of an IT managed service provider he owned and operated and sold. Following his exit, Joe founded Liongard, one of the fastest growing companies in the IT channel today. Joe is a graduate of Trinity University with a bachelor's in computer science and is a certified information system security professional. And now, your host, the founder and CEO of IT by Design, Mr. Sunny Kaila. Welcome back. This is part 2 of our 2-part series with Joe Alapat of Liongard. If you have not taken the time to watch part 1, the link is in the video description. Be sure to go watch that. And let's jump right back into the conversation around culture. So guys, I want to pivot real quick. We've talked about culture and core values as it affects the internal team growth. But, you wouldn't have that internal team growth without customers. So how has, Joe, how has core values and the right culture affected the customer experience for your partners using Liongard? What role has it played there and driven and modeled it?
Yeah, no, it's a really good point. I think it's very important for the core values, Todd, to actually be expressed outwardly to your partners, your customers as well. So it's actually in our material, the onboarding process, where we have a smart start process. We actually talk about our core values, and then on top of that, what we see is our partner success organization, our account management organization, all of those folks that are interacting directly, with our customers. Are the ones that really have the opportunity to share that experience of the core value. And the way that we are able to understand whether we're doing those things is we do the customer satisfaction type surveys to understand what the feedback is like. And I love it when I see responses that line up with our core values. Where recently I saw one that said, "Wow, this was awesome. This was an awesome experience. The resource took time to teach me about this and, went above and beyond." And I just light up when I see that, because it's just a confirmation around things that embody what we have here at the team. And we have to keep working on that. And so, a big part of being a good vendor with our customers is that we do have to teach. And at the same time, we have to listen and learn from our customers, because they're the ones that are going to tell us where we can be better. And so, that's something, those 2 things are top of mind for us when we're interacting with our partners. And so it does help, and it does help with raising the bar with those interactions where, but so many people are so used to such a low bar with experience. That's where I like to say, it's so easy for you to do so much better because the expectation is so low that when you far exceed it, it's such a delight for the customers. So that's exciting. And the core value should shine through. And I'm sure being happy, I don't have all of the, what that spells out to yet, but I'm sure, Sunny, for you all, it probably is the same.
Yeah. So we really, really believe in that mantra of happy people, happy customers. Mm-hmm. And so what we start with is our people internally. So once, so you make sure the best you can do for your people internally to kind of give them good experience, right? Where they have that job satisfaction and they're having fun. They love the culture. Then they are able to, because customer can feel how your people feel. If you make your people feel good, because culture at the end of the day is a feeling, right? So if they are having good feelings, they will the customer will feel that. And one thing that, Joe, we are doing, we started doing actually just now about 4 or 5 years ago. We used to be a little bit flexible with the clients that we work with. If they were not aligned with our core values, we were not taking some tough decisions. Mm-hmm. And about 4 or 5 years ago, we decided as a team that if there's even a client where they are not aligned with our core values and they are yelling and screaming at people and they are impacting our internal team's happiness, then we are not the right company for them. And we have recently fired clients where they were totally misaligned. After third strike, though, first time we educate them how important it is to, we are there for them. We are there to add additional value for them. Their success is our success. But then the second time you educate, but sometimes, people are not, not everyone is going to be well aligned as a client with your core values, with your culture. And then they will impact your team in a very negative way. And that impacts your overall team, your company. And so what we started doing about 5 years ago, we gave that permission to our leadership team that, hey, you can make a decision. If with the third time after educating, working with people, and you doing everything, you're going above and beyond, and still there's no respect. They're not respecting our team members, or they're not working with us with that humility that we were talking about, that community, because we consider our customers part of our community. We consider them as part of our team. We do understand that it's going to take internal community and client community to be successful. But if there is a mismatch in terms of client community member being misaligned with our culture, with our core values, then we do take those decisions. And those decisions are very easy for us. From the day we started living our core values, and about 4 or 5 years, we got very, very serious about the core values. And from that point on, customers also know how important it is. And we, during the onboarding process, we teach them what our culture looks like and what our expectations are from them as well, because that's very important. If you don't do that, and there have been cases in the beginning of our journey where we lost sometimes good engineers, where those good engineers, so they were really superstars, but they were not, we did not take that decision on time with the customer that they were serving, and their job satisfaction was impacted because of a wrong customer.
Yep. No, I think that's that's a lead by example. It's such a tough decision to make around a customer that's misaligned, and there's a phrase that Sean on our team who runs sales and works with Adam and revenue. It's life's too short, and this is something we learned from our previous MSP some leadership that we had there as well, and that is, it's life's too short, and you do have to have alignment. And if you're not aligned, the customer's not having a good time, you're not having a good time, no one's winning. And that is a tough decision. That is definitely a lead by example type approach. And do you really mean anything with these core values? How meaningful is that? So that's awesome. Awesome to hear, Sunny.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at overall your internal family, your customer client's family, it's a family, right? So if there is for any reason, especially because of the core values, if someone is not having right experience, it's not good for anyone. And it's okay to, in those cases, it's okay to make sure that your internal family, because your people going to make sure that they're executing on their vision, and they're helping the organization with the mission. And you want to make sure that the overall, those two pillars of your community, your internal and external, they are well aligned. And we're going to make mistakes, but when we make mistakes, is having that conversation with love and respect, and making sure that it's okay. It's okay not to work with each other when there is a major issue, which we're impacting each other's life to a point. To your point, life is short, right? We got to live this life to the fullest.
Yeah, and I think customers appreciate that honesty, and when you're able to right the ship, when something goes off the rails, I think and when you get back to firing on all cylinders with a customer, it's such an awesome experience. And I think in most cases, customers do appreciate that honesty and the willingness to say, we want something better. We want to get to a better relationship. We're going to call this out as a problem. At the same time, being transparent and being willing to listen to a customer when they say, you know what, you didn't do so well here, and accepting that as well. It really does form a strong bond, and it really does then extend to year upon year of a relationship with that customer, which is what you're after, right? And that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and Joe, did anything change because of people now working from home? So culture is a feeling, and if there's anything that you see changing because now people that were working from the office, now they're working from home, and it's kind of a distributed workforce. Have you seen anything changing, and are you doing anything to make sure that your culture stays strong in the work from home environment?
That's a good question. Now, we were partially already distributed, and then we had a lot of folks in the Houston arena where we've got our headquarters. And so in this way, what I've noticed with everyone being remote, one of the interesting things we found out is that the people that were remote actually liked it, because now everyone felt like they were on equal footing. So now it's no longer, everybody's on Zoom with their faces, and you're able to see everybody, and it's no longer a conferencing system for one set and individuals for the other. And so from that standpoint, that was a positive for the people that were already remote. Now, for the folks that were in the office, the personal interaction that normally happened during, just periodic, hallway chatter, all of that, isn't there. And so what we've encouraged is more regular get-togethers, virtually. And then I, have socially distanced one-on-ones, with certain folks as well on the team. And then what we've done is we've heightened our level of interaction within Slack, where we communicate. And I've noticed that with the team as well, where there's all of these kind of micro interactions that are happening across the team, which is the equivalent of hallway chatter, to try to keep the culture moving and keep the interaction moving. And so that's been very helpful. Luckily, we have all these collaboration tools. I don't know what we would have done without all of this 10 years ago, right? If we didn't have all this technology to support us. But it did actually, have an impact early on. You could kind of sense a mood where, people were feeling a sense of isolation. So there's been a deliberate, effort on our team to have interactions. We have learning sessions. We have games that we'll play. And then, there's also from the leadership, how are we interacting in, within those virtual sessions? Are we active, and are we stating things? Are we celebrating the wins is what I like to call it. That's what I've been, telling the team is we need to celebrate those wins and call them out, because we can't observe them as directly right now. And so it's responsible for each of the different departments, the leadership, and even the individuals to say, hey, awesome job there, and to do that in a public setting so the rest of the team can see it. It just, raises the energy of everyone.
Yeah, I think I see that now that, Todd used to feel bad that he's working remotely and everyone else is here in Jersey City, and now he is not feeling that bad that everyone is remote now.
That's true.
It's up to you. Yeah, so he sees everyone working from home. He sees everyone working from home, and he's like, yeah, now it's not just me or Tom or Ryan working remotely. Now even Sunny works from home, and everyone else works from home.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to understand that now you have to be very deliberate about it. And, if you have a team where you have some people remote and some people in an office, I was assuming, that everybody was getting that same experience. And I realize now that it wasn't like that. So I think out of this, I've learned that that we have to figure out a way that there's a strong foundation for everyone, remote or, that's local, so that we don't have this kind of disparate footing.
Yeah, that was on a lighter note, but so overall, when I look at IT by Design's structure, when this COVID started in March, it was not that hard for us to switch from office to work from home, because we were already distributed workforce in two countries, 3 different locations. We were using Teams. We were heavily using Zoom before COVID. All the systems and processes were set up, and all we had to do is now use our Teams the same way, but people were logging in from homes. So overnight, we were able to kind of have our 500 people from 3 locations work from home with minimum disruption.
That's
and
amazing
this is one thing
accomplishment.
that I have noticed, that companies where they had multiple locations or they had their technology set up to accommodate teams working from different locations, they had the technology, and for those companies, it was easier for them to pivot.
100% agree. And, we were fortunately in the same boat because we had remote folks as well. So, all of that was set up. So it's just a matter of just leveraging it more and more intelligently. And so, yeah, out of it, here we are, right? So,
Yeah.
so it's been a unique year.
Yeah, and another thing that I do agree with, that with in this new norm or new situation, I feel that our culture is a lot stronger, and I think it's just as a result of us doing a lot more things intentionally, because especially in March and April, we just wanted to make sure everyone is healthy and safe. We started getting on an early morning call with a cup of coffee that, hey, ask me anything. If you have anything going on, you are struggling for any reason, anything that we can do to help you during this tough time. We started with that morning call, but then we started having wellness program with yoga, meditation session every day from 12 to 1. Then we started having some other programs, everyone. So we created a culture team, and that culture team, took multiple initiatives, and book club to movie club to a lot of things transpired out of that initiative. And I do feel that people are a lot more closer. We as a team talk to each other a lot more, and more people know each other. That peer-to-peer interaction did go up because people were interacting during wellness session, during book club, during coffee with community sessions, during happy hours in the evenings. People where they have not seen each other, like we have Victor here in Jersey City, and he did not see too many people from our India offices. And now he gets on that coffee with the community call or other initiatives where everyone is coming to one Zoom bridge, and people get to know a lot more about each other because of that interaction going up.
Totally agree with you. I've got a scavenger hunt that's happening at our company, just in a little bit, and it's part of our weekly learning sessions. And I've seen the participation really go up and the level of interaction, as we've added folks to the team, where people immediately are able to interact with everybody. And I think that's, that wasn't happening as readily earlier. Now there's just kind of this need by everyone to want to interact and have that, that level of just that human interaction with other folks. And so it's encouraged that to happen naturally. So yeah, it's great. And we have folks organically doing the yoga sessions and the book clubs and other things as well. So it's interesting to hear you say that there's, we've had a lot of that happening as well. So yeah, I feel like we're finding ways to get through these unique times, and, humans are resilient. So, we're finding our way.
And one thing I have experienced, the town hall that I used to do every quarter, Joe, so here in Jersey City, of course, but then I will go to India every 3 months and have a town hall in our Noida office, our location close to New Delhi. And then there's another location we have, Chandigarh, and I will have a town hall there. So it was like 4 town halls in a year. And since March 18th, we are doing kind of a town hall every single morning, that coffee with the community that I was talking about. We just get on a call like this, and we all just chat. And for me, where it was hard for me to remember people's name, because when you have 500 names to remember, now we're just interacting with them every day in a more like a virtual town hall type of session. I know a lot more people than I knew in February.
That's a good thing. Yeah, when you can address 500 people, it's a large team to remember everyone's names. But as you see their faces, and do the interactions, that's awesome. I'm not blessed with that large of a team. So, but we're growing.
So Joe, if people want to learn more about Liongard, what's a great way to learn about the company, or if there's somebody out there who'd like to get in touch with you, what's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, they just come to our website, liongard.com, liongard.com, and there'll be ways you can interact with our team and find out more about us. And we have plenty of videos and other ways that you can find out how we help managed service providers really standardize, secure, and scale their businesses with automation. So it's definitely come to our website, check us out. And so love what IT by Design is doing as well. So I'm enjoying, I'm glad I could spend some time here on this podcast with y'all.
So Joe, thank you so much for joining us today. A lot of valuable insights, and we love your growth story. And thank you for sharing that growth story with us and our partners, our viewers, our listeners. And we truly appreciate your partnership. And I know that one place for anyone to come and learn about Liongard and their best practices that they are educating our partners with, is Build It You. So I know Build It You got some courses, some content contributed by Liongard, and that's one place for anyone to come and look at all the educational content that Liongard is putting out there for the channel. And thank you for your contribution to our Build It initiative as well. And we always appreciate our partners, and especially Liongard. You guys are so near and dear to us. Thank you so much for your partnership.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Sunny. And thank you, viewers, for taking the time to watch this episode of Sunny Silver Linings. We hope you took away a nugget or two. And if you did, well, how about giving us a quick like, share, and a subscribe? And we'll see you in the next episode.